Brother-in-law got married this weekend. Fantastic wedding. Actually, what I'm thinking to do this weekend, is take ye old chunk of wood, flatten it, take it to Site B. No, there are no dinosaurs over there. Resaw it in half, bring it up here, and then I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Tech tip, everything usually fits in levels in exactly one location. After you level all your feet, spray paint, and you'll be within a really close ballpark. What you're seeing here is not Margarita Monday. This is clearly Taco Tuesday. This is an offcut of about 3-inch thick piece of walnut from the fire pit table, which is out back. You can see across the surface of here, this is about 1/4 inch. So after we go and mill the top flat, mill the bottom flat, we'll lose about 1/2 to maybe 3/4 inch, 5/8 if we're lucky. What I've done to hold it stable is door shims, 4 different locations, a set of these woodpecker wood hold downs, which I will go and screw into place. This is your standard woodworking shell mill. I have gone through 5 of these in the span of 10 minutes. These suck. This is what we're going to use. This is a 1/2-inch collet shell mill. If I was being smart about this, I'd take the extension out, because at the moment I have to have my sled inverted so this doesn't touch. So with a little bit of thought on safety, I'm going to take the extension out, see how it fits. But I will say, make sure you have your safety glasses, your respirator, and your ears, because that will screw up all of your senses at the same time. No, I cannot take the extension out of that, because the tail of that piece of wood is up probably 1/2 inch, so it's not worth screwing up the entire piece just for that corner to go and re-level it. So we will make do and throw some dust. Bottom side, which is going to be the top side, I've decided decked. Most of the top is decked, and as you can see here, there's still a spot that's finished off that drops off another. It's going to be at least 1/4 inch after I mill it, and I don't want to make this that thin. Next thing I'm going to do is, you will see me at Site B, true face on here on the table saw downtown. Resaw this in half, which will give me about 1 inch thickness, and after I go through and plane this one more time, there'll be 7/8 of an inch if I'm lucky. This will become the bottom. I'm just going to butterfly it out, glue it together. I have an idea for a base. I would try explaining, but I'm just going to show you.
Just kidding. No filming downtown for you. To help the resawing process, out of some scrap aluminum, I made a 6-inch tall rip fence to replace the existing 1-inch tall fence. After resawing and returning to Site A for glue up, I discovered both sides of this offcut showed fear and curled. To correct, using painter's tape, CA glue, and scrap wood, I ripped new square faces on both of these offcuts. Look at this. Look what I did. Look how square this is. Now I wash, rinse, and repeat for the second piece. Using my favorite wood glue, I will apply to both sides of the offcut to make sure I have solid adhesion.
Look at that strong, muscly arm boy.
My preferred clamping method for something awkward or very large is not to use your standard clamp, but to use pipe clamps. Using standard 1/2-inch NPT couplers, you can keep stacking pipes as far as you want to go. To be safe, I will allow this to cure overnight and hit it with what turns out to be the final pass of my 18-month-old DeWalt router. Everyone's favorite process, my favorite, sanding. These pointy edges are going to impale someone, so we're going to go and whack them off with the jigsaw. Get your mind out of the gutter. Check that out. Respirator and ears came off at the same time. It's like this is planned.
Old habits die hard, and I spent a couple years working in a machine shop, and a lot of this has stuck with me, and these tips and whatnot have worked well for me over life. So we're going to take our plate here, which is going to be the backbone or the upper mount for the table, which we'll do our Z-bar on. We need to drill a hole. Now, I cannot just drill a hole. What you do is you carefully mark everything out. You take your centering drill bit. This will not move. So if you take your standard drill bit and you look at it, when you start drilling in a hard surface, this tip will walk. When you take your centering bit, it minimizes the walk. So you basically just drill a little notch into there. Then you start with drill bit number 1, and we don't want to wear out our final nice drill bits, so we're going to step this up to a 2.66 inch diameter medium fit clearance for a 1/4-20 bolt. We're going to put in these 1/4 inch by 15 millimeter. Why they had to switch from inch to millimeter, meh. So these will go in. Once we get to drilling the hole in the actual chunk of wood, we want to make sure we don't go through it. So we'll take painter's tape, we'll throw it on here to make sure we have enough room for the threaded insert to go in there flush, and to make sure the tip does not break through the bottom of our piece of wood, because that means it goes through our tabletop, and we do not want that. So when you see me using a drill press, I do what's called peck drilling, which is what you do in the machine shop. Is you drill a little bit, pick up, clears all the chip. Drill a little bit deeper, pick the bit up, clear all the chips. Keep going, keeps your hole precise, clear. Here's your non-sponsored section. For drill bits, most people have one of these sets. They're kind of garbage. For years at home, I've used a 150 piece jobber drill bit set, which has all the fractions under the sun. Downtown at Site B, we have the much larger kits, which includes the numbers, fractions, and letters, because yes, drill bits come in numbers, letters, and fractions. Those are what I recommend. They do all the metalwork, woodworking. You can sharpen them pretty easily, and they'll last you forever.
When drilling through any type of metal, or really cutting through any type of metal, or kind of machining any kind of metal, cutting fluid is a must. My personal preference is Tap Magic.
Now your 10 seconds of intelligence for the day. I will usually chase a hole with a countersink bit. Not to countersink the entire thing, but it takes all the burr off, which means you're not going to get it stuck on your piece of wood, scratch your finish. So we're just going to quickly touch all these holes.
What we end up with are nice, silky, smooth holes. Let's degrease and move on.
We have 2 known knowns on this board. We know our rough center line, which is going to be where these 2 pieces are glued together. Then we know this is an 8-inch wide piece of steel. We mark 4 inches. We can center this on what's roughly the center line of the entire piece to keep everything squarish. Place this where we want, and now we have our 8 holes to go and mark. Now why 8 holes? Well, because I wanted 4 on each side of the center line to help keep this thing from moving over the years. We're going to take our measurement of threaded insert, nose of the drill bit, set the depth stop on the drill, and go make some more holes. That is the worst drill bit I've ever seen in my life. So we're going to throw this in the garbage, not even use it, and we're going to see if I have one out of my other set. So you see how this, when it spins, is straight? That other one, when it spun, it looked like it wobbled all over the world. That's going to make bad holes. That's going to make a good hole. To make sure I don't go all the way through my piece, we're going to take our calipers. Yeah, and these are nice Fowler calipers. I'll link them in the description below. You can do just as well with the Harbor Freight calipers, because I've actually been testing them recently. For as much as we're all concerned, they run identical. First thing we're going to do before you mock up, and you always mock up, is washers. Washers on everything. It protects your paint. It helps spread the load out. Start everything by hand. From site B, we're going to take some scrap 1-inch square tube. We're going to line it, weld it on the bottom of here, and that is going to become our Z-bar. And we're going to come way forward, back again, and that'll be a 1-inch square tube, and then we'll take some 1/2 inch and we'll just do some supports in between to keep everything nice and spread. In the meantime, I'm going to continue sanding this into absolute perfection. Next time you see this, maybe I'll have legs on it, we'll be bolting on, maybe we'll actually be assembling, bolting, welding, and all that good stuff.
When applying finish to any surface, first thing you want to do is degrease. I use denatured alcohol, it typically evaporates really quickly. Mineral spirits is a good one. Once your degreaser of choice has finished drying, hit this with a tack cloth. That'll take all the remaining fine dust off and make sure you have a super nice finish. This is an important yet underrated step. Read the instructions. This is far and away better than screwing up a piece you have spent hours of your time working on. Mix thoroughly and remember, do not lick the stick. Again, mind out of the gutter. Changing course from my standard use of Wacko Satin Clear Spray-On Lacquer, I'm giving oldies a try. Honestly, the application of this is not my favorite. It's good, I'm sure it'll hold up forever, just not my preference. How many times can I drink tea on camera while you're taking a poop? 4th wall break. Is this getting too meta? Ah, metalworking, the good stuff. Using a horizontal bandsaw, I'm cutting down a 20-foot stick of 1/2 inch square steel tube. These sections will become the cross supports for the table leg. As always, sand and deburr. Before welding, measure a great many times. After that, clamp well. You do not want your legs running away. Growing legs. Bending. Look, we did the Taco Tuesday bit earlier. Am I welding backwards? Have I mentioned measuring? Damn! Look at that. Off screen, I hit the legs with Eastwood Extreme Black chassis paint. Look at this! I built a family heirloom. This thing will last for generations.
If you've enjoyed what you've seen while bearing down today, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. This all helps the channel out. If there's a piece that you would like commissioned, please reach out to me through thefoldedforum.com. Until then, we'll see you next time.